Welcome back, guys. Last time we were talking about the comparison between this game and Mass Effect. There are similarities. I mean, you talk to people, you make choices in your dialogue, and what effect does that have on the game? And, you know, your choices in your dialogue can have, well, even not just the dialogue, but mostly the dialogue, they can have effects on the game. In Mass Effect, that's not nearly as true. Like, in this game, in this game, that one or two experience points matters quite a bit. In Mass Effect, a little bit of lost experience from, I don't even know if it works. I don't even think it works that way. I'd have to play it again to really think about how their leveling up system works, but I think it has mostly to do with combat. In this game, it's all about role playing. You don't get any experience from combat. In Mass Effect, you get all your experiences from combat. So, it matters. Your dialogue in this game matters because it's the only way you can get experience. In Mass Effect, it doesn't really matter that much, like whatever you say, because I think almost all of your experience comes from the combat that you do. I could be wrong, actually. I could be completely wrong on that. I'll admit, I haven't played it in a little while. I'd have to go back and look at it. I'm not going to. Well, at least not for this not before this Let's Play is over, because I actually prefer this game quite a bit. But anyway, let's look at what we have here. Pisha wants you to find 2 occult items. You can't do that yet. You've killed all the plague bearers. Report back to the region. We can do that, and we are going to. You contacted Nines after you finish it. Let's look at what's in Santa Monica. Mud Hunt. Yeah, we can't do that yet. We have to be able to get to Hollywood before we do that one. I know already. Carnival of Death. Yeah, that's actually the same mission. I don't know why they have 2 different missions. I mean, the point is to, I guess spoilers. Spoiler alert. This guy and this guy, they're the same guy. Like, the person causing this problem is the person causing this problem. So, that Durden guy or whatever his name is the guy who goes and viciously kills people. I know that already. I probably shouldn't have told you, and it doesn't really matter. Chances are you already played this game, so you just kind of wanted to see someone else play it and didn't want to do it yourself. That's my opinion. Wait, hold on. Whoa. There was one thing I wanted to talk to the regent, so yeah, that's right. So let's go to the regent who's up here. So go to the regent first, and then we'll go to talk to LaCroix and see what his doing is one time. Yeah, I noticed that though. I mean, there was like updates to this plague bear quest, and the regent was never interested in them. Like, you couldn't talk to him about it.
Hello, neonate. How can I be of assistance? Of course.
Alright. There we go. There's a new one. Although I don't know why I had to go through like two settings of dialogue. I mean, that should have been the first screen. Well, as soon as I talked to him, I should have been able to say this. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I solved the problem with the epidemic.
You have? Impressive, young one. What exactly was the source of the epidemic?
It was a blood cult headed by a vampire named Bishop Vic, a plague bearer.
Tell me of this so-called bishop.
He wanted to bring about the end of the world.
I see. That end may very well be upon us. But to business. I have a debt to pay you for your services.
Yes, he does. But notice Camarilla and the Tremere and the Modern Knights are very part of the Camarilla. They're not supposed to believe in the end of the world, like at all. So this fact that he said it may very well be upon us, that's a pretty important thing that he said.
If you so desire, I can give to you a unique talisman that might be of use in the future. If that does not interest you, I can compensate you with hard currency. You decide.
I can get cash, and I have plenty of cash, so I want to see what this unique talisman is. I'll take the item you're talking about.
A wise choice, neonate. True power lies not in wealth, but in the things it affords you. You have done well. Your status is much raised here at the Chantry. Perhaps you might have a place here with us sometime in the future.
I hope so. A few more questions.
What is it you would like to know?
No, that's it. There's nothing new there. Let's look at our inventory. I'm trying to find this talisman he's talking about. I have this charity box still. Well, that's not the talisman. What is the talisman he's talking about? Oh, it's not that. This is supposed to be it. A blood star. All kindred have the innate power to push their undead bodies to the height of mortal capacity, but only for a moment, and at a dire cost of blood. This Eldritch Talisman was crafted to boost this ability. Blood buff has twice the duration. I don't use blood buff. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, if I ever need to pick a lock and I want to do it from 10 feet away, now I can. Alright, so now we need to go talk to LaCroix. There's literally nothing else to do. There's literally nothing else to do. There's only one thing to do. Is go to talk to LaCroix. We have 12 minutes left in this video, approximately. If I go all the way through that video, you know. But anyway, I think the last video I was talking about the difference between this game and Mass Effect. It's just, you know, your choices matter, but they're immediate. So, like, you can talk to a person in the right way and, say, get 3 experience points. Or you can complete the mission, talk to them in the wrong way, and get 2 experience points. That's kind of how it matters, you know what I mean? In Mass Effect, there's all these, like, things that you can do, which, they have immediate effects, maybe, but, I think it's this way. They have immediate effects, maybe, but, they're rarely all that important. There's no indication that they're important at all. This is not the right one. Alright, I figured out okay, this is the map. I figured out the map. So, I need to get to LaCroix Tower. Venture Tower. They call it they call it Venture Tower. That's ridiculous. That's like really obvious. Why wouldn't they call it LaCroix Tower or something? That's what, 6? So I need to go south and then east. Honestly. I don't know which way is south and east. Okay, that's the dead end and then left. Let's look at it again. A dead end and then left. That is the right way. Oh, I could just turn here. Sorry about that. Uh, don't ever think I'm a smart person. You know, I'm not doing a let's play to prove I'm the smartest person in the world. Clearly, I'm not. I'm doing a let's play, so clearly I'm a dumbass. So let's talk to Crump again, or
Yeah,
Chunk.
you go right on up and see Mr. LaCroix. Cover me, Tubbs!
Okay. Let's look around this building. There's nothing here, I already know, but let's look around it. It looks, you know, Venture Tower, as they called it. Oh, it's already open. It's like a little bit. They should have been like less obvious. Like you call it LaCroix Tower. Let's go to this one. They got it all going pretty well here.
Give the Anarch community my regards.
I did. Here's what he said. I did. He said some nonsense about the Anarchs. I didn't listen very carefully. Well, I'm looking to that. I did. They said nothing important. I did. It put things in perspective. The most sycophant answer, which is always the answer you want, is number one, even though you don't actually say anything.
Nothing they haven't crassly delivered untold times within Elysium. You have to understand, most of the Anarchs know no better option, or have been bullied into their cause by the unrulier ones. You can't fault all for the boorishness of a few. Now that that's out of the way, I trust you're prepared to leave for the Dane.
Let's see. I am, but I have a few questions first. I'm ready to go. I still have something I have to do. I'll do it later. No, I have more questions. That's the, like I said before, I always want the more dialogue option.
I suppose I can spare a few seconds.
Let's see. I have a few questions about people.
Yes,
Yourself.
it's common knowledge. I was born in Calais, France, over 200 years ago. When I graduated from the Royal Military Academy, I joined Napoleon's army. It was shortly after Waterloo, when I was embraced by a Belgian noble. From that time onward, I counted some of the greatest kindred in Europe as my mentors, and worked towards establishing a Camarilla presence in new territories. In 1930, I came to the Americas and staked power in New York. Soon after, I headed west to claim domain.
Well, from what I understand, the New York is controlled by the Sabbat. So apparently he fucked up pretty hard because the Sabbat kicked out the Camarilla from New York, like or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What clan are you? I want to ask you about something else. I'm ready to go to the Dane. No. What clan are you?
I'm Ventru. But I don't disparage any of the other clans. All are equally important in maintaining the foundations of the Camarilla, and the elders of each serve as my council.
Well, that's pretty legit statement, but something tells me he doesn't actually believe it. A question about someone else. I had questions about something else. Someone else.
Yes,
Beckett.
you've met Beckett. Yes, he did pay me the courtesy of announcing his presence in my city. He's lionized in kindred society, by most. Beckett's the definition of renowned scholar, but he's also a lone wolf, and owes allegiance only to his intellectual pursuits.
There it is again, the lone wolf. Someone told us the lone wolf was the only person you could trust. Do you remember that? Quite early, that crazy chick on the beach. She told us we could only trust two people, the guy on the couch, probably Mercurio, and the lone wolf, which is Beckett. Well, he just called him the lone wolf, so anyway. So let's
Yes?
talk about someone else. Let's talk about Jack.
Jack. The man is a scourge, the physical manifestation of chaos. Whenever he makes an appearance in one city, it is only a matter of time before a calamity is attributed to his latest lark.
Well, anyway, I'd say
Yes?
someone else. The guy standing
He's my
behind you.
sheriff. When there is a problem that words are wasted on, I send him. The less one sees of him, the better.
Well, there shouldn't be any other people talking about it.
Yes?
Let's check. I had a question about something else.
Which is...
The Camarilla.
In this age of information, videotape, and weapons of mass destruction, the Camarilla is more necessary than it has ever been. The alternative to thorough secrecy these days is extinction. As long as we exist, so shall kindred society.
Okay. I had a question about something else.
Which is...
The Sabbat.
Every night you wake up, be thankful you were not sired by one of their kind, or you would have woken under the ground, forced to claw your way up from the dirt into a brief, bloody, violent existence. Savages. Bloodthirsty, irresponsible heathens.
Alright, well, I don't think there is anything else for number 2, so I'm just going to click it.
Yes?
I had a question about
Which
something else.
is...
The Karen sarcophagus?
All I know about the Ankaran sarcophagus is what I've heard on the news. If all of these evidence of the supernatural, and therefore potentially damaging to us. As for it containing an ancient kindred, the Camarilla does not put stock in the actuality of antediluvians. They're myths. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
So that's kind of important. They call the 13 founders of the clans antediluvians because they were the supposedly existed before the flood. You know, like in the Bible, Noah got an ark or whatever, and he survived the flood. And you know, vampires don't need to breathe, so technically they could survive a flood too, right? They could just swim around and be like, "Oh shit, this sucks." But then they would survive it. You know, they swim around underwater for a month and be like, "Damn." But anyway, so I think this video is just about over. And in the next video, we'll finish off with LaCroix, and then we'll probably go to the Elizabeth Dane and see what we can't do there. Or can do there. Anyway. And I'll see y'all then. Take it easy.